I appreciate them, and I love them, and I love playing for Coach Malzahn. We had the best year. I had a great time, and I just love playing for Coach Malzahn. He recruited me out of high school, and this was a dream come true by coming to Auburn. But I just wanna, after all the thought, talking with my family, friends, and just my mom and dad talking to me, over and over again, and just having lots of conversation with them. I just want to say that I'm going to declare for the 2014 draft.
Great question.
What was that conversation like with your mom and dad? Did you go back and forth? What was that like for you?
My dad also, he played a big role in this, and my mom, they told me that it's true, the lifespan of a running back in the NFL, is very short. And, I had a great year this year, and also Coach Malzahn helped me with the decision, and that he said that I had a very good year this year, and he was expecting it. So it was a dream since I was young, and I'm a dream chaser. Now I'm just trying to make a dream into a reality.
Trey, talk about how much you've improved as a running back each season since you got here.
I came in small for recruited as a speed guy, but people always tell me I was too small for a running back. So I just had coaches like Coach Russell and also Coach Yass who helped me get bigger, faster, and stronger, and coaches like Coach Lashley, Coach Horton, they helped me with some things I needed to work on, was like ball security. Becoming a better running back and also a better man. Without these guys, the coaching staff, it would be hard to say that they helped me be a better man than the man I am today.
Trey, how much were you treating the last couple of games this year?
Excuse me?
How much were you treating the last couple of games heading into it? How much were you preparing for the championship game as if it was going to be your last game?
I wasn't really focused on that at the time. I was just focused on winning that game. I wish we would have. I had prepared, made sure everybody's mind was right, ready to go to war with these guys. I love my teammates, they're my brothers. And, I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world.
Trey, what was your feedback from the NFL Advisory Committee?
I believe it was a third round grade. I think so. Not 100%.
Did that make a difference at all? Obviously you want to be higher. Did that make a difference at all that you might be a third round pick in your decision?
At that time, I wasn't really worried about that. I was just going to let, my game write my resume, let my game speak.
Have you decided where you're going to work out and prepare for the draft?
I'm not 100% sure on that. It's still a process. I'm still talking that over with my family.
You can do the pro day here, you think?
Yeah.
Kind of talk about that workload late in the season. I mean, it became obvious that you were the guy, and 80 carries your last two games. Talk about kind of just that constant workload on your shoulders.
There's no telling our game plan. Once one thing happens, Coach Malzahn will keep running the play until you can find a way to stop it. So, that wasn't a game plan, give me the ball 40 times in the SEC championship game. It's just, at that time, it was unstoppable, so why stop? So we just kept on doing that. But, I embraced that role, and I was happy to embrace that role. And, with the ball's in my hand, I'm going to try to find a way to win the game.
I know last year in 2012 you talked about you wanted to have that role. How much of a dream was it to be able to carry a team like you did late in the season?
Yeah, it was a big dream of mine. I wanted the ball bad, and I felt like I could do something with the ball in my hand. And God blessed me with the coaches I have today that put the ball in my hands. And He blessed me with the ability to do what I could do with the ball.
Trey, how close are you to finishing your degree? Is that going to be a priority for you down the road?
Of course, I'm pretty close to finishing my degree, and I'm definitely going to come back to school. I wasn't going to take all these classes, for 3 years and not finish. So I'm definitely going to finish my degree.
Trey, what do you see in the future where this program's headed now?
I can see, being national champs, and that's not going to change. Me declaring for the draft, that's not going to keep me away from my teammates. These are still my teammates and my brothers, and I'm going to try to make it seem like I never left. I'm going to, stay in touch with these guys, make sure their mind is, right, and keep grinding. and, you know, do what it takes to get back to the top.
Trey, what's kind of your lasting memory of Auburn when you think about kind of your time here? What will you take with you?
The coaches that were put in front of me, you know, changing my life, my attitude. And, you know, without them, you know, like I said, they made me into the man I am today. You know, more respectful person, humble, and just remain hungry. And realize the blessings that are, you know, presented to you. You can't count the blessings.
Trey, did you feel like all the carries you were getting, did you feel like that made a difference in your decision? Because if you came back, you might be carrying the ball a lot more next year. You want to take that off your body?
Somewhat, you know, it does take a little wear and tear on your body, but, you know, I embrace that. You know, getting the ball in your hands and, you know, having a coach have faith, you know, have the ball in your hand to make that play, you know, that's a good feeling.
What kind of tailback is an NFL team going to get when you get up there?
I feel like they'll get somebody that's a hard worker, you know, willing to do whatever it takes to win. You know, my mind's not just set on money, so it's set on championships. You know, I have yet to win a championship, and, you know, my mindset's not going to change, and I still want to, you know, God willing, I'll win a championship at the next level.
Trey, I know you had confidence in yourself, but do you feel like you made a lot of believers in the last 4 or 5 games?
I hope so. I hope so.
Hey Trey, going into it, when you came here, like you said, you're fighting being small and tiny. That's kind of the knock on you going forward, the third round, you know, pick. So what are you kind of going to be telling teams and the combine, that kind of thing, to show that, hey, size doesn't matter?
I guess that's where they got to watch tape. And that I'm not afraid to put my head in there, stick my nose in there, and get dirty. And I feel like I can run between the tackles and the outside the tackles. So I just try to be very, you know, dynamic and, you know, run the ball different ways.
Trey, what do you think your legacy would be? You just went out as the most prolific season by any Auburn running back has ever had. What do you think your legacy is here?
I just tried to be, you know, I just came in, you know, I just wanted to be the best. And I just feel like, you know, breaking Bo Jackson with, you know, his record was a goal of mine since the beginning of the season. And I believed, and, you know, God blessed me with the opportunity to do that.
Trey, was there a time, I mean, you weren't putting up these numbers the first 2 or 3 games. Was there a time this season when it just, everything just kind of came into focus and it just clicked for you?
Yeah, you know, we were still trying to find our identity in the beginning of the season. We didn't know, you know, if we were still just a running team or we were going to pass a lot. So we were just trying to find our identity. And, you know, towards like I guess the 4th game of the season or something like that, we just found out that we could run the ball and it's going to be hard to stop.
Your other, your other running backs, do you think they're ready to kind of step in?
Oh, those guys are ready. They were ready this year. You know, I see a lot of talent in those guys, and they're very hard workers, starting from, you know, red shirt. You know, Peyton Barber all the way up to Cameron Artis playing. You know, those guys work hard, and that's something that I know they're going to continue to do.
Trey, when you think back to your Seminole Ridge game as a senior, and that being your most prolific game you ever had, you ever envisioned 3 years later you'd be playing for a title, you'd be declaring for the NFL?
It was always a dream, you know, and I just gave all I could to get that, you know, make that dream become a reality. So, you know, I mean, who knew? I never knew we were going to be this year in the national championship, but, you know, it's just a blessing.